And today I want to share with you 5 signs on how the universe is really testing you. Number 1, obstacles and hurdles. And this is like a wake-up call, and it's when you least expect it. And this is one of the biggest signs from the universe that the universe is testing you. And this can show up as a person, a situation, or an object. And when they do show up, it can often make us feel anxiety, fear, dread, uncertainty. And it can often throw us off course in the way that we're unable to function and continue with our normal day-to-day stuff. Now you might think, why is this happening? Why me? Why now? What did I do wrong? And based on my own experiences, having gone through something like this is usually the universe's way of redirecting you towards something greater. To strengthen your capacity to transform fear into faith and trust in yourself, as well as the universe and the source. Now you might look at these obstacles, these difficult situations, these crises, as a detour in the right direction. A nudge to start your transformational journey, to start your spiritual journey, that path that you've actually taken. But during these difficult times, you are being urged to surrender, to let go and trust the universe. And to understand that there's a deeper level to you. And with that, you will then understand that there's infinite possibilities available to you. And that you are being guided by your higher self. And when you shift your perception of that situation, you look at it from a different perspective. Rather than an obstacle, but as guidance, that is when you release, that's when you let go. That's when you tune into your inner state of being, your inner guidance. And then through the power of awareness, you're able to choose which direction you want your life to go, which direction do you want to move into. So next time you find yourself in a difficult situation, in an obstacle, in a crisis, or whether you encounter a difficult person, whatever that may be, remember that this is part of the journey, and you need to let go, you need to heal, you need to grow, expand, and release, and more importantly, surrender and trust the universe. Because this is you relearning how to connect with your higher self, your inner guidance system, getting back to source energy, because this is part of your spiritual awakening journey. And this is how you're then able to attract and manifest what you want into your life, because you're consciously aware of where you're putting your thought, your attention, your focus, and your energy. So if you feel that the universe is constantly throwing something at you, constantly throwing you and putting you in a difficult situation, or you feel like what you're trying to manifest and attract isn't coming to you, then it's not because you're not worthy or you're not good enough, because you truly are. And you are, you need to believe that. But it's because you're not allowing, you're not doing that inner work, that healing journey that you need to do and take. You're not observing and relating to the external, the outer world, from a higher conscious point of view. So it's about raising your conscious awareness, and in that situation, that moment, through the power of choice, you get to choose. Are you going to let it drag you down, or are you going to let the contrast serve you, and you're going to make an active, positive choice in the right direction? Number 2, give something or someone up. And this is when you feel like the need or the pull to do this. And this can be something physical like money, a job, old relationship, or something intangible like time, energy, and effort. Now you might be familiar with the saying, out with the old and in with the new. And the way that energy and frequency works, in order to allow new energy to enter your life, to allow something new or a manifestation to enter your life, you need to release and let go or give something up of what's no longer serving you, your higher purpose or your higher good. This can show up differently for many people. Perhaps you're investing a lot of your time and energy into somebody who's not really willing to help themselves, and in return you're just feeling frustrated, you're annoyed and you're getting angry, but all you're doing is lowering your vibration. Perhaps somebody in your life is naturally sabotaging themselves and not willing to do anything else, but really what's happening is naturally that person, that energetically that person is not meant to move forward with you. So you need to let that person be and just let them go. Or maybe you are getting all the signs to let go of your job, but this requires you to face the fears of security and money, and this is often to do with childhood conditioning, beliefs, culture, and your environment from a very young age. But really, this is all about you going within, deep within, and rewiring those self-limiting beliefs. letting go and trusting the universe. And when you give something up with a positive intention, you receive back tenfold. Number 3, judgment of others. When we fear the judgment of others, our self-limiting beliefs get triggered. Emotions like fear, doubt, self-belief often come to the surface. And this is your sign that a healing needs to take place. Your sign to make a choice. And this usually happens before we try to manifest something, before something good comes into our lives. Because often we are projecting our insecurities onto others. So become aware of your internal dialogue. Is it positive, healthy, or is it negative? Be conscious of that internal dialogue that you're having, because that's your inner reflection. That's what's being reflected back at you. Or maybe you feel like that people don't believe in you, or that they are pulling you down. And we can all feel like that time to time when we fear the judgment of others, because the direction that you're being called in, being poured in, what you're being guided towards isn't considered normal. But really, it's just difficult for them to comprehend something different or see things from a different perspective because they're not aware of it. But in their mind, all they're trying to do is what they know best and what they think is best for you. But in that moment, that's where you follow your higher guidance, your intuition. You meditate, you ask for answers, and you look out for signs. So this is your sign to break the cycle, to be unapologetic about your decisions, the path, the journey, and to trust in yourself, to build your confidence and your self-esteem, and to be stronger than the voices of society, conditioning, and those self-limiting beliefs. Number 4, time delays. Having to wait longer than usual. Now we live in a world where everything is on demand, everything is at the click of a finger, the click of a button, and we can instantly get that dopamine hit when we're unconsciously scrolling on social media, and we live such busy lives that we're always on the go, that we have to force ourselves to make time for ourselves, to have that a little bit of me time. As a result of that, we become impatient because our manifestation hasn't happened the way we wanted it to be, or that we hoped it would, because we then start to expect the same results with our manifestations, our dreams, and our goals. So in that moment, what you need to do is surrender your timeline to the universe, because remember that time is an illusion, especially in this third dimension, and it's not linear. So see this as an opportunity to lean into the universe's plan, let go and surrender and trust in the divine timing. This is your moment to surrender your timeline to the universe and to put your attention and focus on raising your vibration. And you can do this by meditating, by daily affirmations, by mantras, by doing something that allows you to feel good, allows you to move that energy, whatever that could be, whether it's a walk in the park, walk in nature, reading, journaling, whatever allows you to get back into alignment. And trust and know that whatever's meant for you will come to you when the divine timing is right. When you're ready to receive, when you open that channel for receiving. So here's something to ask yourself when you're waiting for something to happen or your manifestation to come to fruition. Do you easily give up? Are you aware that your self-limiting beliefs are holding you back? Or are you creating blocks in any other way? Your patience is being tested during this process. And it's also a good time to then actually think and ask yourself, well, is this something that I really want? And then are you able to then flow through the ups and downs and the obstacles that life throws at you? And then more importantly, trust that something beyond, something greater exists out there and that there's a deeper level to you. Waiting gets easier when you feel and connect from your heart center instead of from a place of lack. And it gets easier when you learn to appreciate and be grateful for who you are and where you are in that present moment. Number 5, course correction or change of plan. Now, most of us like to live our lives where we stick to a plan or a structure because this makes us feel safe and secure. So imagine that you've decided to go down a particular route or pursue a particular goal and you invest your time and energy in it. But then all of a sudden, you find yourself giving up or changing direction. And this usually happens because there's a greater purpose, a greater calling that's meant for you. It's like a detour, but even in that moment you might not feel like it and you feel frustrated, you feel annoyed and you doubt yourself. But really this is the universe's way of shaking things up. Now I remember years ago when I started many creative businesses, but obviously those weren't meant for me. But if you are going through a difficult situation like that where you're unsure of what's meant for you and what's not, then sit with it, and take that time to give yourself that, and I mean real actual time, to process. And I don't mean a day or two, it can be a number of weeks or even a couple of months, because remember, you're not in a rush to get somewhere, you're not in a rush to get anywhere. Remember the idea about time delays. This is the universe's way of testing to see if you're really ready to receive what's meant for you, and do you appreciate it as well? Are you appreciating the moment that you're in? And remember, if something's not meant for you, this doesn't mean that you need to then abandon all structure and not stick to plans. Because one way or another, you'll still be guided. You'll follow your intuition and you'll get through that sticky grind. And then opportunities will come to you and you'll feel called to grab them and bring them into your timeline. This requires you to relinquish control and trust that the universe has you back and that there are infinite possibilities that exist out there in the quantum field that's meant for you. But if you do find yourself feeling the need to control your external environment, then that's a sign for you, a sign that something needs to be healed, something that you need to release and let go, so that you can then create those new thought pathways, so that you can then catch yourself every time through the power of awareness, through consciousness, so then you can create those new thought pathways and rewiring those new habits. Then you will feel lighter and better, because we often feel the need to control something to make us feel safe and secure, and this stems from childhood conditioning. So don't get too attached if things don't go your way, because you run the risk of constantly blocking yourself. Instead, if you do find yourself in a situation, then sit with yourself. Do some breath work, conscious breathing, 4 in and 4 out. And do this for about 2 to 5 minutes. And the more you do this, the more you practice, you will become present in the moment of now. And then from that moment, move forward. Take that positive step forward, and then open yourself to receiving and consciously create things the way that you want to create, and trust in the divine timing of things. So as you move forward, or you do anything that isn't a vibrational match between you and your future, is going to fall away, whether that's an object, people, a job, a relationship, whatever that's not meant for you, let it be. Because this will allow you to grow and expand, allow you to open your channel up for receiving, but what's really meant for you. So when you feel like that the universe is testing you, just know that the universe isn't punishing you, but rather it's giving you an opportunity to grow, heal, to expand, and shed those self-limiting beliefs. It's like going through a growth spurt to heal old wounds. It's an opportunity for you to experience who you are as a multidimensional being. Because remember, in this third dimension, it's not just a mind game, it's a vibrational one. And remember that the universe is not after you, it's not challenging you, but everything is happening around you for you to observe. And more importantly, remember that as you go down this spiritual path, this spiritual journey, you will understand that the universe isn't a separate thing. It's who you are, it's within you, because you're an extension of source energy. And as always, have a lovely day. Much love. Namaste.